What's up YouTube? Welcome back at the channel Kings TCG. I'm really glad to see you all back here. And today we're coming at you with a brand new Simorgh deck profile. I'm really hyped up for this, really happy that I could finish my deck building before the end of this year and that I had enough time to do a lot of matches, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh games against other players, so I could fine-tune the deck and made it as competitive as possible. That's what I always want with my deck profiles, to make the archetype that I play as competitive as possible, and I think we did a really great job. This is a really amazing, strong deck. It can do a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of crazy things, and most important, it wins a lot of matches. So I'm really excited to show this deck to you guys. Amazing archetype, so let's dive straight into the deck profile. Before I start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button if you want to stay tuned for more videos like this. And also check out my Instagram page, KingsTCG, Global Yu-Gi-Oh! Links in the description down below. So as I said, let's start off with this Simorgh deck profile. Really amazing, really competitive, really strong, and really fun to play. So we start off with 2 copies of Simorgh, Lord of the Storm. We have 3 copies of Simorgh of Darkness. Some level 8 monsters, because we have some really strong level 8 Xyz monsters in the extra deck. It's really amazing. We have the Dark Simorgh. Really great card. It prevents your opponent from setting cards, and that's a really big issue from the deck. You always want to make sure that you can start first, because a lot of cards like these. 3 copies of Simorgh Bird of Calamity. 3 copies of Simorgh Bird of Bringing. And we have 3 copies of Simorgh Bird of Beginning. So, as I tried to say, these copies, the level 3 monsters, the level 2 monsters, and the level 1 Simorghs, they all have effects that when they are normal summoned and they are going to the graveyard, you can revive them back from the graveyard if your opponent has no spell or trap cards in their spell and trap card zone. Also, you can just dump them from your hand or from your deck to the grave. They have the same effect, so it's not only with the normal summon, but they can only revive themselves from the graveyard if your opponent has no spell and traps on the field. So Dark Simorgh is really important with that, and it's also really important that you can try and start off first. So that gives you a big advantage. So that was it for the Simorgh monsters. But there's a really great effect that they can revive themselves back from the grave. So you can link them in a link 3 or link 4. And then revive all those monsters you used as link materials back from the grave to make another link or an Xyz. It's really amazing. Really strong effect. Then we have 3 copies of Danger Thunderbird. 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Really amazing card. Neither player can special summon monsters except wind monsters. And almost every Simorgh monster is a wind monster. And all the Dark Simorghs, like Simorgh of Darkness and Dark Simorgh, they say while face up on the field, this card is also a wind attribute. So that's really amazing. Then we have 3 copies of Win, the Wind Channeler. And of course, the best hand trap in the game, Ash Blossom. Absolutely amazing. If you prefer another hand trap like Gamma or Effect Veiler or whatever you want, of course that's for own preferences, but I really like Ash Blossom, really amazing hand trap. So that was it for the monsters. Now let's go with the spells. We play 1 Terraforming. We play 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. So if you try and start second, so you lost the draw or the dice roll, and you have to start second, or in your second, you win the first match or first game of the match, and you have to start the second game of the match second. Then you have cards like Harpy Feather Duster to remove the back row of your opponent, so you can still use the effects of your lower level Simorgh monsters. We have a Foolish Burial. We have 2 copies of Trade-In. Trade-In says discard 1 level 8 monster and draw 2 cards. We have a lot of level 8 monsters with cool graveyard effects. So that's a great situation. Then we have 1 copy of Ring Recruital. And this is a really amazing card. It came out in the Brother of Legends last set. It's amazing. If all monsters you control are Winged Beast monsters, and they almost all are, and you control at least 2 monsters with different original names, which happens a lot, especially when you start first, pay 600 life points, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Ring Recruital per turn. So this is a pot of greed for Winged Beast type decks. So this is absolutely an amazing card. Then we have 2 copies of, we have 3 copies of Simorgh Onslaught. And we have the amazing field spell Elbows, the Sacred Land of Simorghs. And this field spell is absolutely amazing. You have to make sure that you get this in your opening hand. All Winged Beast monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense, so they all become stronger. That's really nice. But you can also once per turn use both of these effects. You can reveal 1 level 5 or higher Winged Beast monster in your hand this turn. You can normal summon Winged Beast monster for 1 less tribute. So now you can tribute or special summon a level 8 with only 1 tribute, which is amazing. And as a normal summon, so you can make 2 normal summons. And if you control a Winged Beast monster, you can immediately, after this effect resolve, normal summon 1 Winged Beast monster. So this card makes sure you can normal summon more than 1 time per turn. It's absolutely amazing. So that was it for the spells. And Winged Recruital is such a great card that you can easily dump 2 Simorgh Onslaught and make 3 copies of this one. But because this is such a new card, I always play Simorgh with these 3 copies. I was just a little testing, which helped me. And for now I have 1 copy, but it's possible that I will change this copy to 3 in the future, because this is really an amazing card. And then we move on to the spells. We have 1 anti-spell fragrance, and we have 3 copies of Harpy Feather Storm. And anti-spell fragrance is a great card to slow down your opponent's game, but it also slows down your own game a little bit, so that's why I only play 1 copy of it. Sometimes it can help you and sometimes it's dead in the hand, so that's why I play 1 copy of anti-spell fragrance. And Harpy Feather Duster is really a really great card, really important. If you control a Winged Beast monster until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. If you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand. If this card in its owner's spell and trap card zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Harpy Feather Duster from deck or grave to the hand. So imagine that you have your end board how you want it to be, and it's almost every turn how I want it to be with this particular deck profile. You set this card, and you always control a Winged Beast monster, always. So you activate this in your opponent's draw phase or main phase, and then negate any monster effects your opponent activates. So your opponent can't activate any monster effects, so it's completely shut down their whole strategy. And if this card gets destroyed, you can get access to Feather Duster from deck or grave, which destroys your opponent's back row and makes sure that your own game style yeah, you can play your own game with the revised strategy from the graveyard. So amazing card. So guys, that was it for the main deck. 41 cards. Now we move on to the extra deck. Of course, we play the big bird, Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty. Such an amazing card. It's really powerful, really strong. And the best effect of this card is that every end turn, your end turn, but also the end turn of your opponent, you can just special summon any Simorgh monster or any winged beast monster. Let's see. During the end phase, you can special summon one winged beast monster from hand or deck. So that's absolutely insane. You can special summon your big level 8s without any cost. And also it protects your other Simorghs where it points to. So absolutely amazing. Then we play one copy of Appaloosa, both the goddess. One copy of Access Code Talker. You can also choose for a more budget option like Boa Load, but if you want to play this as competitive as possible, as I do, you have to play Access Code because it's, yeah, everyone knows what Access Code does. It's amazing. We play one copy of I cannot pronounce this name. Hervulgur, the Desperate Doom Eagle. Difficult name, but we play it and it's pretty good. We play one Nightmare Unicorn. We play one IP Masquerena. Absolutely crazy card if you make this, and out of that you make Access Code or Appaloosa. It's really amazing. We play one Great Fly. We play the Nightmare Phoenix and the Nightmare Cerberus. Let's make some space for the other cards. We also play one copy of Link Karibo. And to end off for the Link monsters, we have one Salamangreat Almirage. So then the only thing that rests is 3 really great Xyz monsters. And I will show you what they can do right now. Because they all 3 work together. You can't summon them without influence of one another, but the 3 Xyz monsters that we play are number 100 Numeron Dragon, number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon, the Titanic Galaxy, and we play one copy of number 97 Traglubion. And what I always do, and this is such an amazing combo if you play level 8 monsters like we do with this deck. If you have 2 level 8 monsters, and it's pretty easy to bring 2 level 8 monsters out, if you can make your match like 2 rounds, 3 rounds, you always have 2 level 8 monsters. Most of the time I have 2 level 8 monsters in my second round, and what you can do is overlay those 2 level 8 monsters for number 97 Draglubion. This card says your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So your opponent cannot affect failure, discard or whatever. You can detach 1 material from this card. That's what you do. Take 2 dragon number monsters with different names from your extra deck and or graveyard. Special summon one of them and attach the other to it as material. So what you do, and you cannot attack with this card when you activate this effect. But what you can do is activate this effect, detach 1, and then you special summon number 100 Numeron Dragon and use number 38 as an overlay unit. Then you activate the effect of number 100 Numeron Dragon. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined ranks of all Xyz monsters currently on the field multiple times 1000. So you have this monster on the field and you have the number 97 on the field. You have always this board when you use the combo which starts with number 97. So you have a rank 8 and a rank 1. So you have 9 ranks, multiple times 1000. So you have a 9000 beast stick on the field with number 100. Number 100 becomes 9000 attack points. So it's absolutely sick to OTK your opponent with a 9000 beast stick. It's really amazing and really something your opponents don't expect. So absolutely sick combo where you play so much level 8 monsters as we do. That's absolutely amazing. So guys, that was it for the deck profile. I really hoped you guys enjoyed it, and I really hoped we will see some more Simorgh players in the future, because it's still an archetype that you don't see a lot on your locals or your competitive regionals. Wherever you go, you don't see Simorgh a lot, and it's a bit sad because Simorgh is a really great archetype. Really strong. As I said, you can do some really great stuff with it. Also with the extra deck, some really strong cards like Access Code, Appaloosa, and the combo with the Xyz. So it's also a bit of an anti-meta strategy in this deck, because you have cards like Dark Simorgh, which prevent your opponents from setting cards. You have Barrier Statue of the Stormwind. Neither player can special summon monsters except wind monsters. You have Simorgh Bird of Sovereignty, where your opponent cannot activate any monster effects. So it's just a really powerful deck which can do a lot of fun things. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Before I end this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button if you want to stay tuned for more videos like this. So guys, thank you all for watching. I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay healthy, and I hope we see each other soon in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and as y'all know it, join the gang. Ciao.